Hi and welcome to another anti-hate video reply. The first point I want to mention regarding this new video is that the person says that she is not sure about many things, but she's a video claiming to know what we, Destiny, stand for and what we do. Creating this video that suggests our group is evil and bad, simply spreading misinformation based on her assumptions. You can see the effect of such behavior on a global level, and it ain't pretty. Many beneficial projects or items can be blown off simply because of people's gossip and their superstition. And doing your own research is one thing, but basing it on lack of information and assumptions is another. It's like a virus that spreads. Okay, now let's look at the points mentioned within this video. 1. She talks about the expenses of Destiny Farm as are high, saying Destiny makes their own food as well, and she wonders why. She says, where are these expenses? Why are these expenses so high? Like, let's see what's their cost, and why is a free society that they want to create, but this free society costs an awful lot of money. It's not making too much sense. Destiny does not make their own food. Yes, they have a little vegetable garden, but they don't have enough food to grow to feed themselves. Thus, they go to the shop every week to get food for all the people that are there, which costs a lot. Just look at your own household. Like, we are with 4, and we already see that this, to sustain us 4, this costs a lot. And they also have to provide for the animals. They have to pay the bills. Also, the shops they have to drive to because it's in the city and you can't get here walking or by bicycle. So that also costs money. And I've been there, so I know these things for a fact. They don't get things handed to them for free. None of us does. We all have to live and survive in the system. The difference is that what we direct ourselves to is to change the system through using it. And the equal money system is not a free society. Because when we transition to another way of living, we cannot expect all human beings to treat each other as equals and live free and peaceful amongst each other right away. I mean, that's a nice dream, but it's not a reality. The change we plan on creating will take a lot of money, and that is why we will take jobs to bring us money so that we can set up all the things needed to make the change happen. So what does not make sense is actually people making assumptions based on no research and then claiming that we want a free society with no money and that therefore we should now not use money. And that's simply unrealistic. Use your own brain. We want to really change things, not have a fantasy dream that won't ever be able to be realized. Point 2. She says that there was somebody else within the group that's reporting that Pullman goes to bed every night with at least 3 women. Don't know if that's true or not, having the conversation. It would be nice if someone from Destiny sort of has a conversation. When I was at the farm, I never saw anything like that. This is all hearsay placed in a way to make Bernard look like an evil man. Also, it was not someone within our group that said that. It was an anonymous person. Anyone can claim to having been part of the group to try and back up their lies. That doesn't make it true. And let's say that this would happen. That like 2 men or 2 women would have sex with a third. Why make a big deal out of it? People are hypocrites. They have sexual fantasies and have sex in all kinds of positions, but then freak out about someone that might have sex with more than 1 person. As if suddenly you are damn evil when you have sex with an extra person. I guess the bonobo apes who have sex with everyone of their tribe all the time are the incarnation of evil on earth. And anyway, sex is a topic much discussed in many documents and videos from Destiny, so I suggest those who wonder about this to check the info for yourself and not go with these assumptions that Bernard has sex with 3 women every night. 3. But I've always questioned, why is love such an evil thing to you? And I'm blocked for just asking the question, so if I ask any other question, I'm pretty sure you won't give me any answer to that either. But apparently there's a lot of people within the group that are divulging an awful lot of information. The reason why she was blocked is pretty obvious in the way that she speaks, the assumptions she places as truth, spreading lies, wanting to defend opinions without really looking at things such as love and what it stands for. When we say love is evil, that's when we point at the conditioned programmed love within this world. The so-called love where people live in a bubble only caring for those that they feel something towards and don't give a shit about others starving to death. Caring for real is much harder than saying you care. The love that requires jealousy to exist, that requires another as a possession, as a limited form to suit one's desires, where one isn't good enough when he or she looks a certain way or doesn't look a certain way, etc. That is the love that we call evil. Love as loving your neighbor as yourself equal to all living beings, that's not what we call evil. 4. Some of it might be not truthful information, but the point is, why are people saying anything negative about a positive group? There's always is a cause to why people start saying negative things. And in order to find truth, find out the cause of why people start saying negative things, something must be wrong. This is not true. People make negative things, conspiracy theories and beliefs about anything. Look at Jesus. What did they do to Jesus? They tortured him. They murdered him. People create these things about celebrities, about world leaders, like what now happens with Obama, and which has happened with every president. They do it with TV personalities and even with things that are not here, such as aliens, for example. The person who made that video prides herself for reading a lot of information, but it clearly shows that information and knowledge is useless and becomes empty baggage if you do not really apply it in self-honesty. Without any self-direction, no matter how much you know, it won't expand you as a being. It won't give you any common sense. 5. It's the level of your unhappiness in what drives you to find answers. What drives you to find happiness? Usually it's because severe pain drives you to try and find answers. I mean, if your life is all wonderful, then you don't have to go and ask any questions about it. How do I make life even more wonderful? This simply shows how selfish we are. That we only start to question when our ass is on the line. When it is us or those we feel something for that are in danger. Some people with so-called wonderful lives still start to question because they look around them and they see that they are part of a minority with wonderful lives, and that the majority does not have a wonderful life at all. And researching that will bring you to the realization that one man's wonder is another man's hell.